wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Hawks and the Niners coming up next.
Well, they don't call them the faithful for nothing, Brock. Fans numbering 70,000 strong have made the trek to Santa Clara, and they're ready to cheer on their 49ers here at Levi Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And off we go in Santa Clara. Here comes Williams on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. A play fake, now Smith to throw. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Smith on 3rd and short. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Walker on 1st down, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 34. He'll get this one to Brown. It's a pickup of 11, and it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Walker. He'll cobble together a yard there. Brought down by Fred Warner. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Smith back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, 1st sack on the board on the 1st drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know Pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Returns looking good so far. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
You know, Kate, people won't stop recognizing Brock Purdy as Mr. Irrelevant right at first, but they better start recognizing his game. He shed that label of his draft status to me long ago. He proved there is no fluke to his talent. He knows how to see it, how to feel it, how to deliver it, and most importantly, he knows how to elevate the people around him.
Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Going run again with McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
It's a punt coming from the Niners on 4th down, and Mitch Wisnowski out to boot it away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
From the 29. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Peyton, I can speak from personal experience on this one. That is the absolute worst nightmare as a quarterback. When you call that bootleg and you turn around and all you see is nothing but a big old defensive end, yeah, your interest switch from getting rid of the ball to a little self-preservation. Good job just simply hanging onto the football.
Throwing on third, Smith. Completed to Lockett. There he goes on the right side. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks stretch their early lead to 9. Tyler Lockett the touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this, but this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air, and the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Seahawks go up 10-zip here in the first.
49ers nothing.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Purdy to throw it. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a 49er first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Purdy gets this from the pistol. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
2nd down and 10.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. To throw again, it's Purdy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tackle made by Ernest Jones.
It's 3rd and 7.
A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. It's a 2-score game early. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They have it 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Escapes out to the left. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
This is ahead for about 5. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's 2nd and 5. Finds his man. It's Ricky Pearsall. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a 49er first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Working inside the red zone. Throwing the out route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
From the gun is Purdy. Escapes the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone, and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Purdy throwing here. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
4th down now, and on comes Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. This 42 yards from the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here comes Williams on the return. Oh, he's showing some burst on his... He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. And when they fly down the field, they got 2 things in mind, Kate. Number 1, get the returner down. And number 2, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Motioning left is their running back. Purdy throwing here on 1st. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He's on the move. Defense too much, the Seahawks drag him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Those defenses spend all week trying to find that numbers advantage. How can I get a guy free? Or how do I get my best rusher in a one-on-one to beat him and get home and get that sack? That was study put into action for the SACK.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. On the move, headed right. He gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
3rd and long, Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it down close. Touchdown, San Francisco. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers tie things 10-10. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Laviska Shenault to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now go with Walker on the counter. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The Seahawks with a long field ahead. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They give up the gut to Walker. And he's brought down for a loss. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Fourth down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Takes it in at the 26. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt goes 63 yards. And the 49ers will go on offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw by Purdy. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Purdy on first down. That's taken in by Samuel. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
49ers moving quickly, trying to get their offense to the line. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Purdy looking to throw. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 21. Throw caught at the 6. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. He'll throw it yet again. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The 49ers take the lead just before halftime. You always tell me, Brock, it is a whole different world here. Running routes, working in confined spaces, instead of having that whole field to spread out a defense.
Oh, spot on, Caden. Some players, that's the world they thrive in. Finding windows where windows shouldn't exist and then being ready for the throw to arrive. It happens so fast. Trusting your quarterback to make the right read and get it to you.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers break that tie and now lead by 7. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
2nd and 4. Quick slant to Samuel. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Leonard Williams applying the hit there. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Here's Purdy to throw. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. He broke 50 on his 1st punt and looks to have done the same here. And a fair catch made here at the 17. So no return on that punt. And the Seahawks drive is going to start from deep in their own territory. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Walker now from the gun. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Staying with Walker. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Smith. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Now Walker. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Running with Walker again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action. Here's Smith. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing is Smith. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is picked up by the 49ers! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
The 49ers find themselves in a great spot to start this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Purdy gets this from the pistol. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Purdy throwing here on first. He'll get this to Samuel. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Second and 3 now. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. To throw again, it's Purdy. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's 49ers football. We'll see if they can close things out for a win. Third and just 2 to go. Shotgun snap for Purdy. He's got the ball on the sideline. Ooh, difficult play, small gain, but it counts. First down.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw by Purdy. Into the hands of Kittle. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Jennings coming in motion right. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve third down and 4.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
From the gun is Purdy. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Purdy to throw it. Flush down out to his left. He's running for it. They hit for 16 yards on 4th down, and a drive we all thought had stalled out is going to carry on.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He has the San Francisco touchdown. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his second touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game?
Yep.
Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers double their lead to 14.
Seahawks 10.
Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Here's Chenault on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. Complete to DK Metcalf. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. A play fake, now Smith to throw. Hits his running back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all. They try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action here. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. Metcalf's got it, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks now within 1 score in the 4th. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Seahawks 17.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Samuel now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The 49ers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Play action now with Purdy. Connects on the crosser. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 47. Completed over the middle. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He's back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco 1st down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers leading by 7. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. And the Seahawks adding an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Now they send their back in motion right. Back to throw it. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They'll go. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. The 49ers only moments away from finalizing this victory as they take a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So the 49ers take the win here in front of the faithful in Santa Clara. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? Or both?
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now, and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.